you want to talk about the biggest non-con game of the weekend? It's Missouri hosting Kansas State. Missouri currently a 5 to 5.5 point underdog, depending on which service you're looking at. Missouri's had a ho-hum 2-0 start, beating South Dakota and then beating Middle Tennessee. Meanwhile, Kansas State's looked pretty good in their games, and they're trying to reload from a Big 12 championship, but you lose, Felix Anyuduke-Uzoma. Looks like they're trying to replace him. You lose a guy like Juice Vaughn. You lose your best receiver, but Will Howard is an NFL type prospect for the Kansas State Wildcats, and they are coming in well coached and with a very solid defense with a good offensive line. Missouri has had all sorts of problems at quarterback, Brady Cook or Sam Horn. Well, we know it's going to be Brady Cook, but no one try to talk me off this ledge, try to tell me that Missouri can stay in this game, because right now I don't believe that they can. And I'm, as you know, a Missouri guy. We're going to be there in Columbia on Saturday. So, we're going to be up there. So I hope the Missouri PR people don't see this. They will though.
Well, then Missouri is going to win this game. Brady Cook is going to look fantastic. They're going to be up big, and Sam Horn's going to come in. He's going to get his snaps, unlike he did last week. Eli said he's going to get snaps, but since it was a close game against Middle Tennessee State, Sam, you're going to have to be on the bench. But no, Will Howard and that offensive line, that defense is going to be too much. Will is, we talked about this earlier, kind of like a Colin Klein, except he can throw the football successfully. He can also run it. I think there's just too much with Will Howard and that Kansas State team that Missouri's just going to fall on some hard times. They might be able to keep it close for a half, but I think the floodgates are going to open eventually as that offensive line wears on you and leans on you, and it's going to open up the floodgates for Will Howard running in some big runs for touchdowns.
Here's the problem with that, Noah, and nothing you said is incorrect, but what I'm trying to explain here to many people are here around the Kansas City area that are Mizzou fans that are trying to find something to sort of glean onto here. This is the biggest game of Eli Drinkwitz's tenure, and it's happening Saturday at Faurot Field. The game is sold out. Mizzou selling out a home game for the first time since 2019. Had 57,000 there last week, though, to watch Middle Tennessee and Missouri play tiddlywinks against a team that's just subpar. The stars are aligning for this to be a potential crossroads game for Drinkwitz and the Tigers, and you've got to take advantage of it when it's here. And so Vegas sees something about this, that you're going to get Missouri's best effort. Luther Burden already over 200 yards receiving through 2 games. He's a stud. He's a future NFL player. So for Missouri, there's a route to victory here. Obviously, you're going to have to keep it down into the 20s and keep Kansas State from scoring. Missouri's defense is very good. It's not elite yet. It could become so, and we'll see on Saturday as this competition stiffens. But for Missouri, this is an opportunity game. This is one of those moments that you look at a coaching tenure and you say, remember when they beat Kansas State, they got to 3-0. Then by the way, after that, you got Memphis and Vanderbilt. You could be 5-0 and in the top 15 or top 20 as you're going into your SEC slate. No, this is an opportunity, and Missouri has to seize it.
It's an opportunity, but it's going to be an opportunity lost. I mean, how many opportunities and crossroads has Eli Drinkwitz been in to not go 6-6 every year? This is the biggest one. This is the latest one. This is the one down the pike where he's already had the 6-6s. So this one really falls on him as, man, we got to get this. We cannot go 6-6 again. Eli Drinkwitz, I personally cannot go 6-6 again, or it may be curtains for me here at Mizzou. But I just don't see it. I hope they do. We will be there. We will be rooting for Mizzou. Hopefully they can get it done. They have to get it done looking at their schedule to not go 6-6. But Will Howard and that Kansas State team, they're going to be focused. They're going to be ready. And I just think at the end, come late third quarter, fourth quarter, the floodgates are going to open, and it's going to be Kansas State Wildcats.
Well, I can't disagree with anything that you've said. I mean, I look at Chris Kleiman and what he's done at Kansas State. They got the Big 12 championship last year, which is a bit of fool's gold considering, you beat TCU, who'd beat you in the regular season. TCU then goes on to the national championship. Kansas State had 3 losses, so obviously not a playoff type team, and I don't think they are this year either. In fact, I think Texas is the cream of the crop, as the Macho Man would say in the Big 12.